Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
What is happening, Tactical Dent Tech Group? This is John and Angela Hiley, your host of the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast.
Oh my God.
Motherfucking back from about what we were just talking. Probably been about a year since we've done the last podcast.
Yes.
Now, we've done a lot of podcasts, so all of you that have been following me on the Marketing Revolution podcast, God, I think we're up to close to 300 episodes on the Marketing Revolution podcast. So we have not been sleeping. We just been slacking on the Tactical Dent Tech podcast. But my friends, that's going to change. And not to mention, it's also going to change the engagement and what we're going to be putting into this group. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, James?
Yeah.
If you guys do us a favor, if you want us to see your name, click the link above and give us permission to see that.
Yes. Yes, please.
So we got some super exciting things to talk about, especially for you listeners who have not been following us on the other platform, on the Marketing Revolution platform. Most of you may or may not even know this, but we actually live in Texas now.
We sold all our shit and moved to Texas.
And we moved to Texas, and we are actually currently sitting in my dude Dan Cosentino's house. We're waiting for our house. We got a house that's being built over here in Little Elm. And for some of you guys that know Texas from hail and shit like that, you know, this is basically right outside of Frisco, which is north of Dallas.
Yep.
We love the area, and we had been traveling down here for an entire year.
Yes.
To business meetings. So we normally would have a meeting down here in Dallas about once a month, and we would literally have to fly in down in Addison, like some of you guys might know that's a little closer to Dallas, and we would have to stay for 2 or 3 days, then we would have to fly back.
Yep.
And every month, just like clockwork, we've been doing that. We've had a lot going on, guys, a lot that probably you guys do not see. We since have launched a company called Savage AF Sites.
Whoop, whoop.
And with our Savage AF Sites, we've been really busy working with influencers. We work with anybody from influencers to real estate agents to general contractors to dent technicians.
We do it all.
Yeah.
We do it all.
Because of a previous contract issue that I had, we have not really been pushing hail ads over this last year. However, that's done. That's over with. Hail ads will be coming back, but it's going to be, I haven't decided. It's going to be Savage hail ads, or I'm going to do something like Storm ads or something to that nature. I'm going to figure that out because we are starting to work with roofing companies. There's a lot that's been going on in the marketing deal, guys, and some of you guys haven't been following me. I was fortunate enough, and I know a lot of you guys helped me, and I really appreciate that. But I launched a book a couple months ago, and it's called Marketing Savage, and you can pick it up on Amazon. And no, I do not have the audio ready yet. It's coming. But it got #1 international bestseller in every single category. Thanks to not only a bunch of you guys, but thanks to the other groups of people that we service now with our media company. But I'm telling you guys, our media company is stronger than ever. We're learning so much every day. I've got a full team that I have under me of employees that work day in and day out inside of our media company. And we're going to expand that operation a little bit more. I wanted to be somewhere where I know a lot of you guys and folks can fly out. And gosh, there's like fly in and fly out. There's not a lot of
convenient.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places that are better than Dallas Fort Worth, DFW Airport, or Dallas Love Field Airport down here. Is incredible.
And who doesn't want to come to Texas?
That's true.
Come on now. I
Yeah.
will say this. So being a fellow Ohioan, man, the people down here, they are extremely nice. They are. They are. I mean, it's like it's night and day. I'm sorry, the Midwest, but man, you don't need to step up your fucking game because the people down here in Texas are super duper nice. The driving though can be a little scary, but the people, I love the people down here.
Yeah.
I do. I love the people.
Hey, and all you guys who are listening, give us some likes, give us some loves. This group, my fault. It still kept going, but I have kind of neglected it a little bit or a lot. And so that's not going to happen anymore, but we need to spike the algorithm because Facebook is not showing a lot of the post on here. So the more of you guys that can comment, tell me where you're from or give a like or a love, the more the message gets out. And I appreciate that, guys, because we got some really big paradigm shifts, I believe, that's going to be happening in this industry that I'm happy to be a part of. And one of the coolest things that, look, life has been good to us. Life has been really good to us. And that's because of a lot of you guys out there. And that's because of a lot of our clients that we have in other places. Life has been really good. So this year for the Black Friday Cyber Media Tool Giveaway, I spoke to Craig over this last week. I had this crazy idea. You know, how ideas hit you and you just run with them. So I picked up the phone, spoke to Craig, and we got it locked in to do the same tool giveaway that we've always done, but it's going to be all the money is going to be donated to charity, which is essentially going to be donated to buying real tangible gifts. And we're going to be doing a big reveal of all the gifts that we're going to be able to collect at Anson's Christmas event. And I also got some other surprises for you when that event comes. See, what you guys got to realize is that now I'm networked with a lot of powerhouses in business. Mm-hmm. And guys, I know some of you guys have been following me and y'all know this, but you guys who have not been following me, I've got a network of powerhouse of business people, of speakers. I believe that a lot of these people can help us take the industry to that next level. I believe a lot of these people that I'm associated with can help me and introduce to you to take your business to the next level. Things, my friends, I cannot stress. Like we have the most generous group of people, but if you only keep your mind in this world, you're not going to be able to see all the real possibilities that are out there. Until I started surrounding myself with like real deal, good, genuine, these, like business tycoon type people. There's reality and things like that I never seen. And there's so many different habits and things that the wealthy do that should be ingrained in the hearts and souls of everybody, especially the dent technicians that are out there in this group. I mean, look, you guys make tremendous fucking amounts of money. We all, in the dent community, we make really fucking good money. There is no reason why any dent technician should ever have a problem struggling, retiring. There's no reason why any dent technician should ever want for money. There's no reason for any of that stuff, my friends. I mean, and I know that I'm not going to be able to change or affect a lot of people, but I do believe there's people listening right now that have been following me and they've been part of my inner circle and my Marketing Savage inner circle, that I know a good group of people that I've changed their life. I've changed the way that they look at things. I changed the way that they invest their money. I changed the way that they spend their money. And all good, positive shit that these guys and gals have been wanting. And I say that because we got a lot of husband and wife groups that we've been able to mentor over the last couple years. The next thing I want to tell you guys now is that I literally have over $1 million of ad spend under my belt. And that includes Facebook, and that also includes Google. Our company is going gangbusters in all these other different industries and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do for the dent community here, because I know some of you guys can't afford to have that type of management. You know what I mean? It is what it is, because in the dent community, and I feel this as well, it's really hard to break away from being like a one-man band. I mean, some areas of the country it's easier. I would imagine here in Texas it's probably easier, but it comes with its own set of complications. But there's a lot of areas in the country, like where I lived in the Midwest, that most dent technicians are just one person. Yeah. We're just one person, driving from place to place. I broke out of that for a period of time, and it it honestly like drove me crazy because I opened up a body shop and all this kind of stuff, trained people, lost them. You guys know all about that, right? So, you know, we're in a very interesting industry where sometimes people can't afford that assistance. So what I want to start doing here in the Tactical Dent Tech group is I want to start gearing this more towards teaching you guys how to do marketing, because it's not hard. Okay. It's not, some of these techniques and tactics and tricks and things that we do on a daily basis are not going to be super hard for you guys to learn. In fact, I know plenty of people that I've taught in the past that picked it up and they're running. They've built their machine. We call that building your machine, you know, on social media, that creates like a steady flow of leads. So this group here, I want to start giving a tons of value of just showing you guys what we do, showing you guys the software that we use. There's a lot of little tips and tricks and stuff like that you can plug into and use for yourself. So that's going to be something that you guys are going to be seeing coming from me quite often in the future. So I want to bring this group. I don't want to lose the freedom that we have in this group, because I truly believe that, yes, we are adults. We are all adults. And man, you know, as bad as you guys think the fucking dent removal industry is, like one time I became a member of, some of you guys know I got a Mercedes AMG. Well, I became a member, which is hers now.
That's mine. I took that bitch. I took it. I claimed it. I said, I'm sorry, honey. I'm like, you have this truck that is good enough. I was like, I'm taking that. I was like, because that's the car that I've always really wanted. And I'm like, I'm taking that. You're fine and dandy with that truck.
So, but I was a member of the Mercedes-Benz AMG group. And if you want to see a bunch of fucking crazy trolls, go become a member of that group and watch that shit. It makes literally the dent removal industry look tame. My goal is, guys, I don't want to get involved in any drama anymore, my friends. I mean, you guys might even see, look, I already know that I erupt haters. That's just been the nature of me. Okay, the nature of me is when I go out there and when I start doing things and getting loud. I haven't been able to get loud for quite a while because of an interesting business situation that I was in.
But that is done.
That's done and over with.
It's done and over with. It's water under the bridge.
So that being said, now that I'm able to come out and be loud again, I'm going to arise some haters. I already know it. They're already there. They're just waiting to emerge from, you know. I shared a meme one day, and it was like this dude like coming out of the dam, like a gutter, right? He's like in the ghetto and he just coming out of the gutter, got his head, got like shit up in his afro. Yeah, came out of like the gutter drain, you know? And that's honestly what haters do. And to be honest with you, man, I'm done with this shit, because like everything, all of that shit stems from insecurities, guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just gonna call it and say exactly what it is. All of that shit stems from insecurities. I'm not a fucking insecure person. So guess what? Somebody can come on, they can start hating, they can do what they want, they can say what they want. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be the bigger man, and I'm going to see past all that. And it's just it's terrible. And I know, look, I know my friends, like, it's sometimes fun to watch and shit like that, but I just don't have time to be a part of that anymore. I want to get in here, create value. I want some more contests. I've been talking with Craig. He wants to donate some tools to do some contests. Maybe we can do some before and after contests. We can do some dent removal rig contests. Which just so you guys know, I do have all my tools. Now they're over in storage, but I got all of them sitting there. I trucked down the necessities, the ones that I knew I needed. And hopefully I'm going to be able to. So Robert Costello's shop is right up here in Prosper. And he's probably 15 minutes away. So I'm literally probably going to walk into Robert Costello's shop and I'm going to say, hey, man, can I just come fix a dent for free for you? Because I was actually telling her the other day.
You don't lose your touch.
Well, that, and I just miss it, man. You know, and I know that sounds weird because a lot of us, we want to, like, you know, I believe a lot of dent guys, when you're in it for a while, you want to grow out of this position of where you're fixing the dents. But I have not fixed a dent probably for 3 months. The last car that I did was probably a couple dings, but I remember doing a hail car back in Ohio, and like a Rogue hail car that came from San Antonio. I did that. And I mean, it's maybe been 3 or 4 months since I've even fixed a dent. So I'm literally like fiending for it right now. I want to see the metal move. I want to see it work. But yeah, that's so Robert already knows. And Robert is actually going to be part of the board. So I'm creating a board for this charity. And I'm going to tell you why, because for the longest time, my friends, and I'm sorry that if I neglected some of you guys who I care about, who I like, but I had this really like, I don't need anybody's help attitude. And I want to say that that's a little trouble. That'll get you into trouble. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I need people's help. I need all of your help to make this charity work. Like I need all of it. Like my goal is to get $100,000 in gifts for children this year. And if any of you guys know about me, I don't give up until I meet my goals. So we're gonna, you all right? Yeah. So we're gonna. We don't go through one podcast without Angela crying. That's the other podcast too.
Cry at the drop of a dime.
Yeah, at the drop of a dime. So, but our goal is to reveal all of these gifts at Anson whenever they have the Christmas event. And with that, my friends, I'm going to try to invite some of my friends to come up here and do some speaking and stuff like that, because I believe that our industry would really get a lot out of hearing people from outside of it. Okay.
And you'd be surprised, you'd be really surprised about individuals that you meet that you have so much stuff in common with.
Yeah, there's a lot of other business owners and businesses that face the struggles that we face.
Yeah.
There's a lot of investors.
Like even personal shit. Yeah. I mean,
so I hang out with a lot of my friends are investors, and that's something I'm just going to be honest with you. We do invest, but we don't invest like these guys, and I want to invest like these guys. So we are working to invest money like these guys do. I mean, they're just investing left and right, and I've learned so much about how powerful that is when it comes to setting yourself up for your future. And I do believe that it's going to be a major impact of having some of these people in our industry helping influence and talk. And these people aren't selling shit either. These are just people that I'm going to be able to interview, and we're going to be able to pick their brain. I got I got a guy named Jeff Ducharme who's going to come on here, and he's probably one of the sharpest businessmen that I've ever met in my entire life, and one of the most humble in the world. I got my friend Brandon, who is launching an app called Moby. This motherfucker made a world bank, my friends. He created a world bank. He just got certified as a bank. He created a coin, okay? Like just some cool ass, and he's like the coolest person on earth. I got friends that own big accounting companies. It's going to be something I believe that we can change, impact, because I want you guys to see this world that I've seen. I want you guys to see a sphere of influence that's outside of what we've seen. To be quite honest with you, it was shocking, almost to the point to where I got so absorbed in this other world that I lost touch with everybody here. Well, I don't
think it was necessarily losing touch. I think what it was is it gave us this chance for like a lot of personal growth to where we became better individuals. We were able to realize what's important and what's not important. And I think sometimes what can happen is and this happens with anybody, you can get so caught up in all the bullshit. And you can get so caught up in a bunch of emotions that don't even fucking matter. And it's a waste. It's a total waste.
It's a life of pain, my friends. Not only that, it's a life of pain. And that's why I don't want to get into the drama that's in this industry. In fact, I want to just help it out. Like, I don't want to be part of the drama. I don't want to be part of that conversation. So, as far as I'm concerned, everybody has I erase any thoughts that I've had, anybody negative or positive. Like, everybody's zeroed out with me right now. Okay. Like, and I don't want to be pulled into this conversation against this person or this conversation against that person. All I want to do is just serve. All I want to do is show up here and hopefully make this a better place than it fucking was. That's it, my friends. And you're not going to see that other type of behavior come from me anymore. I've grown, and I also realize like how painful that is to live with that, man. Like when you're in that gossip fucking world where everything's drama and this guy did this to that guy and that guy did this to that guy, It's just, there's a lot of shit that's not even any of my business. It's not even any of y'all's business, right? but everybody's all up in everybody's business. And I believe that the problem with that is that you don't spend enough time working on you. That shit derails you. It leads you astray. You know, when
it takes you off path. Like, you know, God's like, hey, this is your path and this is what you need to do, you know? And then what happens is you end up getting off that path. I mean, like, even if you look at John, I mean, come like January this year will be like 3 years for our sobriety. And I look at John and I am like completely in awe of everything that he's been able to accomplish since we've gotten that shit out of our life. And when we removed the alcohol out of our life, we started removing all the other bullshit, all the toxic stuff that's going to hold you down. Because God don't want that. Like, everybody in life has this beautiful purpose, and we all have this gift. We all have this wonderful gift, okay? My gift is different than John's gift. And when you allow all that toxicity shit into your life, you're suppressing yourself. You're holding yourself down. You're holding yourself back from putting your true potential out there.
Really, from being the best human that you can possibly be.
Exactly.
You know?
And with all this bullshit going on, that's what we need right now.
That's
with
really
all this shit that's going on in this world, man, just to be a good human. And I'm not saying like, you know, little acts of kindness, you know, holding the door open for somebody, helping somebody with something that they're struggling with.
Well, you know, I read something recently. Some of you guys who've been following me know that I read. I love Wallace Wattles, and he wrote a book called The Science of Being Rich. He wrote a book called The Science of Being Great, and also The Science of Being Well. And I recently re-listened to The Science of Being Great. And one of the coolest fucking things about that shit is that, listen, my friends, like, greatness doesn't start like down the road, right? Greatness is the shit you do every day. Greatness reminds me of Bryce Kelly fixing dents. You know, before Bryce Kelly could clean up and fix a dent in the way that he could, he was struggling to be great every single day. That shit, like, I've talked to Bryce, that shit didn't come to him naturally. And the truth of the matter is, like, no matter if you're a 1-year tech or you're a 20-year tech, like, we can be great now in our lives. We can be great family members. We can be great husbands. She can be a great wife. And she is a great wife.
Yes, I'm fabulous.
And all of us can do little things in our life to make us great. And one of the examples he gave is, if I was to ask you guys, like, who is one individual in the world that's like the greatest individual in the United States, the greatest individual that ever came through the United States, most people would say Abraham Lincoln. And for good reason, right? But Abraham Lincoln didn't become great the moment he stepped in the White House. Abraham Lincoln was a great lumberjack. He was a great backwoods lawyer. He built a reputation of doing little things in a great way until people around him took notice and moved him into a great position. So, you know, the beautiful thing about that is this all starts now, right? It all starts now in our life, is that path to greatness, to become better, to become good examples in our community, to become good examples for our family, to become good examples just in general for our industry and the people around us. Like, that shit is what's important to me now. Okay. Like, that shit, I had a realization that shit is what's fucking important. Like, that is your character, my friends. Okay. Your reputation is who people think you are. Your character is who you really are. Yeah. Okay. And there's a lot of people that will spend more time on their reputation. And that is a horrible mistake. A horrible mistake, because then you're focusing on image. You're focusing on the way you look. Okay. You're better focusing on your character, who you are inside. Try to be as fucking, look, I ain't no way near perfect. And I'm definitely not sitting up here at the pulpit trying to act like I am. But I will tell you guys, if you watched me over the last year or so, you see some fucking major fucking strides in the right direction, in a good direction. And that's simply because I fell back onto my character. I had no longer let people take control of my life. I no longer let people dictate what I did. I started seeing very clear the people around me who were taking advantage of me. And I had to stop. I had to stop, and I had to do it for me. And my friends, and I'm not pinpointing any person. I'm not pinpointing any person, any groups. I don't want you guys to go think that I just applied this to something that I didn't. Okay. But that being said, my friends, like I had to shed a lot of the negative shit out of my life.
Well, I think also, like, if you look at it, seasons, right? In life, you have many seasons, and people will come in, and then they will be in your life for the amount of time that God's wanting them. And
for good reason.
And then
for good reason and good cause.
Yeah. And then sometimes, that those people will stick around, and other times it's just time to move on. But that's just life. That's just life in general. One thing that I want to touch on is I have told John that we're doing this every year. But in the year of 2020, John and I had traveled to Utah 3 different times. And I love that state. Like there's something about, I talk to God all the time. Like I talk to God more than I talk to John. But the thing is anytime that we were out there in Utah, there was something about the mountains, the energy, that connection that I had with God. And when we were out there, God was leading us in the right direction. So I told John, I said, every year we are going out to Utah.
Yeah, we just booked our trip to Utah, which really cool.
In November.
Yep, in November. And we're also going to go out there. My boy Trevor and Kale. If you guys have not checked out this podcast, my friends, they're 2 of my best friends on planet Earth. They have one of the #1 podcasts on iTunes, and it's called the Real Business Owners Podcast. And they are fucking incredible, genuine, awesome human beings. So in November, I'm going to be on their podcast. And soon after, I'm going to go to my friend who has another #1 Apple podcast. And his name is Zach Babcock. And he owns his podcast is, why did I forget Zach's podcast?
It's the Underground.
The Underground.
Damn it.
I got to tell you guys, because the Underdog Empowerment Podcast.
There we go.
The Underdog Empowerment. And he's got a crazy story where he was in prison and all this shit that happened. And Zach is one of the most, he's literally interviewed. Some of you guys may or may not know Andy Frisella, or I know a lot of you guys know who Grant Cardone is. Billie Jean, marketing, he's had a lot of these people on his podcast. And really the primary reason is because he's a fucking amazing person. Yes. He's an amazing human. He's a good individual. And but not only that, my friends, I want to tell you guys another thing that I'm venturing into is I'm also going to be teaching people how to do subscription websites, how to create your own curriculum, how to build your own, where to build it, how to build it. So there's a lot of fucking things that are coming down the pipeline. And another thing that we've actually already launched, it's already in beta testing out there right now. We've got probably the most badass dent removal CRM system that there is. It can go on any website, and it's going to be fucking incredible. It'll handle all your text messaging, all your emails, all that shit. So just a ton of cool stuff that's going to be happening.
But wait a minute.
Going back to Utah. How
dare him?
No, you're right. You're right.
Interrupting me.
To be honest with you, that's when everything changed for me, guys, last year. And I'm currently doing 75 Hard, which if you guys haven't heard about that, it's a workout program where you work out twice a day, drink a gallon of water. Surprised I haven't had to piss yet, but we're live, so I can't. But and a bunch of other shit you got to do every day. It's 75 Hard, 75 days straight. You got to keep a clean diet, all this kind of shit, right?
But we're going in November.
Yep.
To Zion National Park. We always stay at the Cable Mountain Lodge. We always get the room that overlooks the entrance.
But they didn't have that room.
We upgraded.
They didn't have that room. So they didn't have our favorite room there, which
but we
got a 2,000 square foot suite at a pretty reasonable price for what it is. We're going to be there for 2 days, and then we're going to be in St. George. But when I was doing 75 Hard out at Zion National Park, that weekend I had a mastermind out there. So I had a bunch of people flying in from all over, and we were having a mastermind meeting up in this like mansion on the other side of the mountain. And
it was a mansion. It was just a big house.
It was a fucking 9-bedroom. A mansion is constant. It was an 8,000 square foot, 9-bedroom house.
I guess when I think of a mansion, 3 stories. I think of something that's like very old and stuffy.
Yeah. You know? Okay. Well, don't be ruining my stories. Okay. So that being said, as I was doing 75 hard, one morning I was swimming. One morning I was swimming, and
choked up.
So one morning I was swimming, and I went and sat, and it was kind of cold that morning, and I was doing literally my first workout. I was swimming laps, and so I got out, and they had a hot tub there, and I'm sitting in this hot tub, and I'm just overlooking the most beautiful fucking views of Zion National Park mountain, and something came to me and said, "This has to end." Like, I don't know, it's probably my conscience or whatever it is, God, whatever you guys want to call it, but I was like struck by this. And it was almost to the point, like when you hear something in your mind and your heart and your soul, like when you hear that shit and you know that it's true, you know that it's settled in. I literally was just like, okay, I've got like this segment of my life is coming to an end. Like, I need to renew a new, different direction, a new direction of life. I've got to change my direction to where it's going. And I did that. After that weekend, I did that. There were some things that happened that confirmed that was the right direction for me to go. And I fucking changed that. And we haven't looked back ever since. That's been about a year ago.
Like, where I'm trying to get with this, because he's over here interrupting me, is you and your wife need to plan a trip, just the two of y'all together. Go away somewhere that you absolutely love. That's going to be able to, where you're going to be able to clear your mind and just get like reconnected with yourself and reconnected with God, the universe, whatever it may be. Because every human, we all need that, because I don't know what it was. It's like when we were out there, it really put in perspective of what life is really about and what like the true meaning of it is. Mm-hmm. Because we just get, you know how it is, like the hustle and bustle, and you get all caught up in all this shit, you know, and it's work and stress and bills and, you know, all that yada yada crap. But then it's like, when you're able to take a step back and just kind of get away from everything and just kind of get reconnected and get retune yourself, give yourself a tune up. We all need that. Yeah. We all definitely need that.
But my friends, yep, absolutely, absolutely. So, but I also want to tell you guys my book that I launched, it is named our new company, which is Marketing Savage. So you can check it out over on Amazon. I recommend reading it, guys. It went very, very deep. A lot of you guys have seen what I've been able to, accomplish in this industry. I mean, I wish I could go into some deeper details of like how successful a lot of them were. And I'm going to continue to be successful by making you guys successful. But that being said, my friends, you need to read the book. You get a chance, read this book. It's going to give you a new perspective on exactly who I am, what was fueling me the entire time, what turned me into the individual during these times that I became, and how I was able to execute on all the shit that I was able to execute on, guys. There's nothing that I have, and I'm not saying this braggingly or boastful. I'm just saying that the techniques that I learned in this book were literally from, hundreds of thousands of dollars of self-development, having coaches in my life, putting the right people in my life to educate me and teach me exactly how this shit fucking works. And I wrapped it up in a book that only cost $10. And I know some of you guys may not read.
He wrote a book.
It's an easy read. I'm writing my second book right now, by the way. So it's kind of addictive. And then also my editor, she said the biggest mistake people make is when they author their first book is that they don't follow up with a second one. And the second one is going to be a lot to do with a wealth mindset and putting yourself in a wealth mindset to be able to, I'm just telling you guys, I got some people out there in some of my groups, and some of you guys can contest if you're listening to this, that I've shared some of my techniques with them that's changing their life today. and them techniques are in that book, and it's $10. So that's
$10
my gift
make
to
you
you.
holla.
And I don't even make anything off of it. It's crazy because look, by the time you pay like, I think the book is like $3, but then you also got to chip in on shipping and stuff like that because most people are Prime members. Like literally by the time a book is sold, you don't make money off the book. You make like 50 cents or $1 or something like that. I don't even know. I haven't even been fucking paid for the book, like anything for the book. I still need to log into my KDP account and see how much was made. But I know it's not a lot, but what you get out of a book is that you get the chance to share your experience with the world. And when you do that, people connect with you on a different level, and some of them become clients, things like that. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Finished it on the way to the MTE. You're going to read it a second time. Right on, man. Right on. I appreciate that. It's one of them ones that you got to do that. You're going to want to do that a couple times just to let the lesson sink in. And I specifically wrote it to be like that, my friends. Specifically wrote it to be like that. And again, I know some of you guys have been hitting me up about the details of my departure from Dent Trainer and all that kind of stuff. Look, I'm not going to go into deep details about it. I mean, I wish Mike and I wish Mike the best. Like I really do. I wish him the best with the company. Look, he puts a lot of the videos out there. A lot of the website clients came with me. So a lot of you guys came with me. Some of you didn't, but a lot of you guys did come with me. The Hail Ad stuff, all you guys came with me, but look, Mike is down there doing dent removal and stuff like that every day. I'm not doing that. So I'm not creating videos for Dent Trainer, things of that nature. So that being said, that is his, and that should be his. And I'm 100% happy with the way everything went. I'm 100% happy with the way everything went. I'm living my best life here. Believe me, there's nothing about me that's suffering from this. In fact, I'm just glad it's over because I don't give a fuck. You guys know Mike was like one of my best friends for years. And, but when you go through a situation like this, man, there's going to be there just is, it's a business. And, that's all I got to say about that. That's all I really can say about that for you guys. See, I'm making her cry again. But that's all that I got to say about that. But what I got to tell you guys is that I'm over here and we're living our absolute best life that we've ever lived. And we're hoping to share not only the people, the connections, the love, the light, the things that we're involved in now. We want to share this with this industry and uplift the people that are mature enough to want to learn these type of things. And that being said, I'm not searching anymore for the people that are out there essentially trying to hurt other people. Okay, like essentially let's just say it. The people that are hurting each other out there and stuff like that. I don't want anything to do with that life or any of that involvement, in this. So I'm going to focus on. Yeah, I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on this charity event that we have coming up, guys. And I promise you, you guys might as well book your ticket to come to Anson. I don't even know what date Anson is going to be having the December giveaway. Like, I don't know. But you guys might as well book your ticket because y'all know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have a tool giveaway that's going to be insane. And in that tool giveaway, we're going to be giving gifts. And with them gifts, we're going to be having a ribbon cutting, an unveiling. And this industry can be brought back to what I believe you guys being like some of the most generous people that I've ever been a part of. And I believe some of that was lost. There was some people that came along and some situations that came along that drew out a lot of trust and a lot of love in this industry. And I think that we are far from turning that around. And I currently, I've got a guy who does nothing but publicity for me and stuff like that. Like, I'm not looking for publicity for me on this. What I'm really looking for is publicity for this industry. Okay. So I'm going to take my guy, Gavin. I'll bring him on here sometime. He's actually a young kid, but he gets people in all these magazines and all this kind of stuff. Cookie. He's a smart guy. And, but I want this industry to be in Body Shop magazine saying, we just got $100,000 worth of gifts. There's a worldwide charity that these dent technicians are out there getting for children all over the world. You know, we literally become individuals. I mean, look, each and every one of you are a hero in your own way, you know, and each and every one of you have that hero sense inside of you. It's time that we showed the world who we really are, what we're about. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make that type of stuff happen in this industry. So I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah. Thanks for making me cry. At least that wasn't like, it wasn't too bad, ugly crying.
Yeah. So
how dare you, John Hiley?
Oh, and just so you guys know,
right.
it's I'm going to be speaking in Orlando as well. And I'm also going to be doing, which is really fucking weird for me to say, because I don't know, it's just weird to say that I'm going to be doing a book signing. But I was asked by Kevin Halewood to do that. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of that as well coming up in Orlando.
I find that funny because like my family bought a bunch of books and they were like, we need you to sign all that.
Everybody asked me to sign them, and I don't know.
Just like,
I guess I'm just trying to get used to
it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. To me, it's a little bit weird, but you know what I mean. It's all good.
It's probably is kind of weird.
Well, I've had people ask me to sign their tool when I send it, and I'm like, do you understand this is stainless steel? Like you're just gonna wipe it off, you know? And,
unless maybe they like wanted to have one to put on display, and then they wanted like, then they.
I don't view myself as that.
I don't know,
guys. I just don't. You know what I mean? I just view myself as a guy just like y'all who just went out and fucking hustled hard to build something cool. You know what I mean? That's it. And you know, that's it, my friends. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. And you know, I'm gonna forever be a part of this industry. And nothing's going to change that. Nobody's going to change that, because I'll tell you one thing. As bad as there's probably some people that may want me out, 100% I know is that no weapon formed against me can prosper, my friends. Like it just can't. You know, it just can't. And so that, guess what? You know, one of the quotes that's in my heart right now is the wicked flee when no one's in pursuit, and the righteous are as bold as a lion. So I'm just going to try my best to be on the uppity up and be as bold as a fucking lion. And I appreciate all of y'all's help, all y'all being part of this journey. I appreciate, you know, each and every one of you for any support that you've had in the past, for any of my previous companies, my tool lines, all that stuff. And just look forward to seeing a lot of cool shit coming in the future. And, I'm just going to be designing things for people to help as much as I can. So, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, my friends. I appreciate it. So anyhow, y'all, yeah. Hey, I appreciate that, my friend. And if you guys ever StreamYard, if you ever click on the link above, it'll let me see your name.
Yeah, it's a lot of these. They say Facebook users.
I'll like jump back in the group and read the comments again, my friends. And but that's it. And just so you know, I think we may have the board filled up. I got I've invited, I think I'm going to do 7 to 10 board members for the Dents for Tots charity at Anson, and how we're going to be structuring the tool giveaways and all that stuff. But you know, something I realized a long time ago is that I'm going to be a much stronger force if I've got good people behind and helping at least get the word out. So
that's right, Big Daddy.
All right, y'all. I appreciate you. As usual, I'm going to see you on that next one.
And remember, it's all about the motherfucking hustle.